Sac-Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot, kept alive, back and one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stag.
Runner at third is Chavez. 8-2 the score. Bottom of the seventh. The 1-2. Popped in the air. This should do it. Cortopassi says it's mine. Now he's fading on it. And he can't make the catch, but Gaff comes in from center field and does. Congratulations to the St. Mary's Rams, a three-peat. They win it 8-2 against Franklin to take the series 2 games to none.
But this is time to run an offensive set that you've done all through the season in practice.
Yeah. And you also, you get it to your hottest player right now, just like they're getting into Eichhorst right here. He's going to try to create some space, find somebody on the backside that's open.
Eichhorst flush out to the right. Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichhorst on his own, shoots and scores, bounces a shot home. Kuz can't handle the shot. Eichhorst takes off the shirt and the helmet. And how about that? Alex called it. Eichhorst, after sustaining the injury in the third quarter of play, has scored the game winner with 22 seconds gone in the overtime period. Dogpile on the field. Marin Academy take it.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, coming to you live from Stockton, California. I'm Joey Gonzalez with Jason Patterson on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. It's the Division III Sac-Joaquin Section Championship between the 12-1 Vista del Lago Eagles taking on the 12-1 Oakdale Mustangs. Jason, this is for all the marbles in Division III. If Oakdale wins, they may be playing next week in the NorCal Regional Final with a chance to represent the North in a state bowl game in Division II. Is there anything left that we should know here before the teams take the field?
This is definitely going to be one interesting match as both teams they run fairly similar offenses except for I think there's a little bit more passing coming from Vista del Lago than from Oakdale. But definitely both have stars in all aspects of the game. So I'm definitely excited to see this one. It should be an interesting game. And if you're tuning in at home, we'd like to thank you for tuning in and be ready for one heck of a game here.
Yeah, absolutely. Vista del Lago won the toss. They deferred, so they will be kicking off to Oakdale as Oakdale getting ready to take the field. Kicking off here for Vista del Lago is going to be number 25, Anders Mintz, the 6'5 senior. As Oakdale, the Mustangs, go ahead and take the field. Nice field here, nice view from Alex G. Spano Stadium on the campus of Lincoln High School in Stockton, California. The Division III Sac-Joaquin Section Championship is just moments away from the kick here, folks, right here on your destination for Play On Sports. I'm sorry, right here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. The kick is off, and we are underway here in the Division III Section Championship as Marcus Northcutt takes the kick. It's going deep into the end zone, I should say. Anders Mintz kicks it off deep into the end zone, and Oakdale will go ahead and send off their wing tee offense here, Jason.
Yeah, I really like their jerseys here as we have Oakdale coming in with the all black with the maroon and gold trim, as Vista del Lago is in the white jerseys with the blue trim and numbers and helmets as well. So
Oakdale Mustangs 7-0 in their league, the Valley Oak League, coming in 12-1 overall, coached by current coach Trent Merzon. They were ranked 17th in the Max Preps NorCal rankings. This is their 21st playoff appearance. They are 30-18 overall over their entire playoff record. 2 championships won back in '96 and '07 as taking the incomplete pass in there for it's Spencer Thomas. Spencer Thomas. Now, I want to kind of key in on a little bit something here, Jason, that Spencer Thomas started quarterbacking here for Oakdale as a sophomore, so has a little bit of an understanding of what Matt Jimison has gone through this season as a sophomore. But he's obviously a 3-year starter here for Oakdale and has full control of this offense here at 3 as Oakdale takes over at, facing 3rd and 6 right now from their own 24.
Yeah, unfortunately for Oakdale there, no matter how good your quarterback is, if you don't get him any protection, he can't do anything. As Vista del Lago had great penetration, they were able to force the quarterback out of the pocket and force him to make a throw that was incomplete and no one was even in the area. That is just awesome defense by Vista del Lago. What a play by number 8. Oh, they're going to call him on that. That was a nice play by Chris Cooper. From my vantage point, though, I think he got there right as the ball. I don't know if you've seen it there, Joey,
right.
But I think that was a nice play by Cooper. Nonetheless, you're going to get a couple early penalties. Probably the refs shaking off some rust themselves. So take that penalty and keep moving forward, as that was a pretty solid defensive play by Cooper. Pass
intended for Austin Jones. Fell incomplete. As you said, I thought good protection or good coverage here by Cooper himself, but getting called for the pass interference penalty. Folks, we were expecting a windy, rainy night tonight. We still may be able to see some rain. I think last call from our producer, Nate Schemmel, was giving us about an 80% chance of precipitation tonight, so we may be able to weigh that out. We'll see this, if it has any effect in the passing game here for Vista. Obviously, shouldn't do too much to affect Oakdale's running game.
Yeah, Oakdale got a little bit of help there with that pass interference calls that gave them a first down on a 3rd and 6 that I do not think they would have completed had they not got the penalty.
Sweep ball goes to, as soon as they get net, that's Northcutt. Northcutt taking the ball off tackle. Rumbles for a couple of yards there.
That was a tackle by Evan Huey for Vista del Lago. He just met the ball carrier right there, filled his hole nicely, took him down for a minimal gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 here for the Mustangs.
Just under 11 minutes to go here after the first minute of play in the Division III Sac-Joaquin section final. Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson. As Spencer Thomas quickly gets under center. He's going to look to pass this one, dumps it off, gets it out there to Northcutt again. Northcutt dragged down right at about looks to me to be about the 43. So going to bring up about a 3rd and about 7.
Yeah, that was a solid tackle there by Austin McGuire for Vista del Lago. He caught him right there in the open field, brought him down, brings up a 3rd and 6. So excellent tackling so far that we've seen early in this game by the Vista del Lago defense.
Mustangs well represented here by the town of Oakdale. They've pretty much packed in the visitor or the home section here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. As Spencer, flag on the play, but Spencer going to go for it. Not sure what the flag is on. Spencer getting dropped by on the sack, and it looks to me to be Evan Huey coming up with the sack pending the penalty here, Jason.
Yeah, I don't know normally when you have a penalty and they don't blow it dead, it's normally on the defense. It's normally a neutral zone infraction or an offsides of some sort. But nonetheless, what a hit on the outside by Vista del Lago as Spencer was trying to scramble out to the outside, Spencer Thomas, excuse me, and he met some Vista del Lago Eagles, and they were ready to take him down with some emphasis there.
Well, one of the things that I saw there is Spencer Thomas kind of lowering his shoulder and wanting to take on Evan Huey, as you get up to the higher levels, and maybe it's just the fact that it's the championship game, but you have an opportunity to play for a regional championship next week if, depending on how this thing shakes out here tonight. So you don't want to put your quarterback in those type of dangerous situations.
The call on the field was an illegal formation on Oakdale, so the penalty was declined and led to this punt here that's trickling down to about the 20-yard line. And Oakdale's going to down it, it looks like, at about the 17-yard line.
Josh Pfeffer letting it roll, probably doing the smart thing and just getting away from it. And so, Vista del Lago will go ahead and take over on their own 17-yard line. And now a chance for Matt Jemison, the quarterback, the sophomore quarterback, who took over at about week 3 here for Vista del Lago to take over and talk us, a little bit here about Matt Jemison. Maybe some numbers here for Matt Jemison.
If you happen to follow football in the Sacramento-Folsom area, you know 2 names, and that's Jemison and Browning. And both of them played on the freshman team of Folsom last year. And Browning took over the quarterback job at Folsom, and Jemison came over here to Vista Lago, also in the town of Folsom.
Flag on the play, but pass complete out to Colin McCargo as Jemison looking for McCargo. You know, some of the, and you said it here before the ball game here, Jason, that Jemison, his favorite targets, not all going to be playing so next year for the Eagles as well, right?
Yeah, it's an extremely young team here for the Eagles, as Matt Jemison, their quarterback, is a sophomore, and they have their leading wide receiver is, I believe, a junior. They have another, he's a sophomore, and their second receiver is a junior. Their leading rusher is a junior. This is a very young team, and if they would love to pull out a championship here and have a lot of their starters coming back next year to try to repeat.
So penalty going against Vista del Lago, pushing them back a few yards. It's going to 10 yards, so it's going to bring them back. So apparently a holding call going against Vista, pushing back to inside the 10-yard line, take them to the 8, or the 7, I'm sorry. So brings up 1st and 20 from their own 7 with 9:28 to go here in the first quarter. So Jemison just waiting for the whistle here from the lead official, from the head ref to make sure the play is underway. Hand off inside to Pfeffer. Pfeffer just taking it right up the middle, just a short scramble for a pickup of about a yard.
Yeah, and you can hear that Oakdale following getting live as their defense made a nice play on the ball carrier there. They met their holes. They filled them exactly the way they needed to, brought them down. That's exactly what you want to do as a defense, and try to hold that running game down and put all the pressure on the sophomore Jemison.
Brings up 2nd and 17 from the 10-yard line, and a flag's on the play. Early indication is that it's against Vista del Lago, as it looks to me. Well, we got that call here from Chris Williams pointing over to Vista's side. I'm sorry, not Chris Williams. That was Miko Arpoca. Yes, and again, Vista, Del Lago getting pushed back, and so maybe possibly some early jitters here from the sophomore quarterback here.
It looks like a lot of early jitters from both sides of the ball, as we've had maybe a total of 7 plays, and I think 5 of them have had flags. So a lot of early flags here in this game.
From his own end zone, here's Jemison looking downfield, has an open receiver. No, it's undercut thrown, and he's going to take it all the way for the pick 6. Touchdown, Oakdale. Eddie Machado takes it about 18 yards for the pick 6, and Oakdale is on the board early for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Jemison had a receiver open. He just unfortunately he threw that a little low. It looked like it kind of died in the air, maybe caught a little bit of the wind stream, and it went right into Machado's hands, and he took it all the way back for the pick 6. So early score here for Oakdale, who's going to take a lead 6-0 early in this game.
Matt Jemison just underthrowing that ball. Not sure whether or not he had a good handle on it, but curious to know whether or not the moisture may possibly on the ball. Extra attempt is good here for Sean Harity and the Oakdale Mustangs. So with 8:35 to go here in the first quarter, Oakdale's defense strikes first. They take the lead here 7-0 on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. So an early score here for Oakdale as they get a defensive touchdown. So not something that you might have expected from 2 solid offensive teams. But nonetheless, we do have a defensive touchdown as our first touchdown here in the Division III Finals. So making it interesting already, as Matt Jimison has met a little bit of trouble, a couple early penalties, and then a pick six. That's definitely not the way you want to start drive number 1 in the championship.
So fair catch called for Vista del Lago by Austin McGuire. And early on already, as we see Vista making the first mistake. Now, usually what you see here in this level, both teams are generally, at the same level here, Jason, but it all comes down to who makes the least amount of mistakes in championship football.
Yeah, well, definitely something that we have already mentioned is Oakdale has been here two years before this. This is their 3rd straight year. So any kind of jitters that they might have had, those go out the window after the first 2 years. You kind of get a little bit used to this championship atmosphere.
So Matt Jimison back in shotgun formation. You're going to see him in shotgun a lot. Here's a bubble screen attempt. And again, pass incomplete there to Colin McCargo. And, you wonder whether or not this start here in his Jimison giving up his 10th interception of the season, whether or not that's going to affect some play here, because he has to come right back out to the field.
Yeah, these Eagles are looking a little bit frantic at the moment. They need to take a breath and just realize what they've done this entire year and try to drive down and do what they do best and not try to force things.
Here's Jimison, what he can do best. One of the things he can do best, I should change that here. One of the things he can do best is he's a threat to run, and he goes ahead and does that. He takes it on the read option up the middle off tackle for close to, it's going to be short of the first down here, but give him a 3rd and manageable situation.
Yeah, that was a solid play on 2nd down. We've seen that they attempted that read option play before, or a couple plays before, and they actually handed the ball off, and he was met right there in the middle. So good decision to take that ball himself.
Jimison again to Pfeffer. Pfeffer getting stuffed at the line. It's going to be close, though. However, I think they are going to go ahead and give him the first down as he gets out to the 34-yard line. So it is a nice run there by Josh Pfeffer. And as long as they keep the chains moving here for the Eagles, you got to assume that Matt Jimison will go ahead and settle in and probably not play so frantic.
Yeah, definitely. First downs is definitely what's going to calm you down and get your head back into the game. As he makes a nice solid throw to the outside to Josh Pfeffer.
Yeah, as Pfeffer getting it just on the outside, and good job for Jimison taking pressure there and getting the block. Gets it out for a 2nd down, about a 2nd down and about 8 here from the 36.
Yeah, Vista del Lago needs to go down and get a touchdown here. After giving up a pick six, you want a little bit of momentum to try to get back on your side, and a touchdown will definitely help with that.
Here's Jimison, gets flushed out of the pocket. Looking downfield still. He's going to toss this one. That's a dangerous pass, but into the middle of the field. Able to caught. It is caught, though, to Chris Cooper, and a dangerous pass there, Jason, but able to pick up the first down as Jimison was rolling one way through to his other, across his body to the middle of the field. Usually those types of throws don't end up that well.
Yeah, that was just solid play by Jimison. He was able to get his feet moving, extended that play, and he made a dangerous wobbly throw across the middle, but he was able to find a senior for the first down. A good play.
Jimison going deep, looking for a receiver intended for Brad Rittenhouse, the leading receiver here for the Eagles. Pass deflected, though, by Dwayne Finney of Oakdale. And almost underthrown there, Jason.
Yeah, that was another ball that it looks like he's just getting a little bit too much air on it. There might be a little bit of a wind, as I can see by the American flag. There is some wind coming through the stadium, so that could be affecting his high passes as he gets a lot of air on him. And that one, I'm going to say, should have been intercepted by Dwayne Finney, but thankfully for Vista del Lago, it was not.
The swing pass from Jimison out to Colin McCargo gets a first down and a couple of extra. But you said it, there's a nice crosswind here at Alex G. Spano Stadium. Alex G. Spano Stadium's kind of set up somewhat of a, kind of pseudo bowl type. And generally once that ball gets up into the air, as you said, that wind's going to affect that ball. So Jimison and the Eagles going no huddle here on their second drive of the game. Again, going for Rittenhouse. I'm sorry, that was Pfeffer, not Pfeffer, but Chris Cooper this time. Chris Cooper unable to handle. Good coverage downfield, and it looked to me by Max Stevens, I believe. No, again, that's Dwayne Finney.
Yeah, that's a lot of couple solid passes already from Jimison. Unfortunately, his wide receivers have not been able to pull it in. That one, he led him perfectly. The ball found his receiver's hands. Unfortunately, he was not able to do it. Might have been a little bit of the moisture that's probably out there on that field. So let's see if that still tends to affect this passing game.
Here's Jimison, sets up the bubble screen. Gets out to the 30-yard line. That's McCargo. Takes it just short of the 30-yard line, so that'll bring up, as soon as they mark this out, I believe about a, no, he took it, third and about 2 here from the 30. So 6:09 remaining here in the first quarter. Vista moving the chains, looking a lot more comfortable here on their second drive. Jimison in shotgun formation. He's going to keep this one, takes it right up the middle, read very well by the defense. That was Nick Ryan, one of the stout defensive line players there for Oakdale.
Yeah, that was a solid read by Ryan, who just happened to catch that option read and took the quarterback down. That was the one time that he wanted to hand the ball to Pfeffer, and he had a lot of room on the outside had he did hand that ball off. But solid play by Oakdale, as this Oakdale following is starting to get a little loud here for this 4th and 2.
Yeah, Vista's deciding to go for it here on 4th and 2. Jimison takes it wide open, finds Cooper wide open in the middle of the field, and the defense can't allow that.
Yeah, it's funny, as we were talking about how young this Vista del Lago team, one of the only few seniors out there is getting a lot of the looks early here in this game, and that's Cooper for Vista del Lago, as he's already seen a few receptions early in this game, Chris Cooper.
Yeah, Chris Cooper coming into the game, 22 receptions. This one taken from Pfeffer off the option. Takes it a couple of yards, but as you were saying, Chris Cooper, 22 receptions with 564 yards coming into the night, 8 touchdowns on the year. So we'll bring up 2nd and 8 here. And Jimison just getting the calls here from Coach Chris Jones. Interesting, Coach Chris Jones, who started the program, built the program here for Vista. This is their first title game in their short 6-year history, but established a program up at Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge playing tonight against Granite Bay for the Division I championship. Granite Bay right now leading 7-0 over at Sac State in the Division I final.
Yeah, one thing I do want to point out here is how Vista del Lago has came back. They gave up a pick 6, and they have looked quite comfortable here on this second drive. After giving up the early touchdown on defense, they've came back and wasted a lot of time on this drive. If they can come away with points, this is exactly what you want after giving up an interception.
Jimison looking a lot more comfortable here, looking a lot more poised, and he has throughout the year. As Jimison looks to his right, and throw a pass complete out to Pfeffer, going out to the flat. So it'll bring up a 4th. Unable to convert the 3rd down here, Jason, but you assume that they're going to go ahead and go for it here on 4th down. Just as I say that, bring out the field goal unit.
Well, 3 points is better than no points at this point. At a win-and-go-home situation, you want to try to get as much points on the board as possible. So I think it's a smart play to go ahead and take these 3 points and try to get a stop on defense and get the ball back into Jimison's hands, as he looked really well on that drive.
So Andrews Mintz will be setting up here for the 34-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. Not sure. We'll look for the call here. No, they say it's good. Into the forest here at Austin G. Spano Stadium. So as we were saying here, Vista del Lago able to come away with the points there, as Oakdale still leading 7-3 with 3:42 remaining here in the first quarter. It's the Division III Sac-Joaquin Section Championship from Alex G. Spano Stadium on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. So a pretty solid drive by the Vista del Lago Eagles as they get down there after committing an interception that led to a touchdown. So they get down, they get 3 points, gets gets them moving, gets their blood flowing. Getting 3 points on the board is always good. At least you know you're not going to get blanked. So that's always one solid positive. Let's see if they can't get a defensive stop and try to get the ball back in Jimison's hands and go down and actually get a touchdown this time.
So Mintz will be kicking off a deep sideways winder kick, goes into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. I don't think it's not going to be a live one, as Finney unable to come up with it. And forgive me on the on some of these calls here, folks, because some of those, and we've had this problem before, the numbers here from Oakdale aren't that easy to read, at least for me.
Yeah, no, they kind of blend in nicely with their jerseys, at least from afar. The 6s, 8s, and 9s are all kind of the same.
The Mustangs making the 30-yard mile drive, bringing their fans along the caravan up here.
They really did. There is really no room anywhere. If there's any bit of room, they're sitting on each other's laps at this moment.
So Thomas on the handoff to Nick Ryan. Nick Ryan, one of the big leaders here for – one of the big offensive leaders here for Oakdale. Look for the offensive line. It's always Nick Ryan and Marcus Northcutt plowing through this offensive line here for the Mustangs. Mustangs again going for their third championship here in school history. Last won it in 07 in Division 4, so moving up a division. As getting pushed back there by just
that was a rugby scrum right there.
Spencer Thomas. Spencer Thomas has been playing through the playoffs, has been playing a lot more out of the shotgun, but here so far early in this ball game, I've been seeing him go under center. And what does that do here offensively here for as far as the defense and how you're going to be setting up your defensive calls here, Jason?
Well, so far it looks like Vista del Lago is doing exactly what they want. They have yet to give up an offensive touchdown. They've looked pretty solid on defense. They haven't. This is a 3rd and 5 here. If they can get this stop, they'll get their offense right back on the field.
Thomas under pressure, able to elude, going deep, shows an arm, and picked off there at the 37-yard line there by Andrew Shantz of Vista del Lago. And a wobbly pass there by Spencer Thomas. And I'm sorry, I did not quite see who he was intending for Jason, but what happened there with Thomas?
Yeah, what happened was Evan Huey. Evan Huey got in the backfield, created just amazing amounts of pressure there. Thomas was able to get to the outside and make a pass, but unfortunately it went right into the hands of Shantz. And a nice interception for Vista del Lago, which is exactly what they want to do here. They gave up that early touchdown. Like I said, they drove down. They got 3 points. They got themselves on the board, and now they get the interception. Mr. Momentum is starting to walk his way over to Vista del Lago's side of the field.
Yeah, we talked about this. Vista del Lago starting to look a little bit more poised as Jamison in shotgun formation. Handoff to Pfeffer goes nowhere. Picked off, and a big celebration there from Nick Ryan, as Nick Ryan gets the big loss here on Josh Pfeffer for the Mustangs.
Yeah, unfortunately for Vista del Lago, that read option play has only worked once out of like the 6 times that they've tried to run it. And I don't know if you're going to keep trying it. Eventually maybe you'll get a couple big plays, but at this point it's looking like that's a waste of down play.
Here's Jimison. He's looking to his left. Finds a receiver, Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse, nice catch. Almost losing it, though, but they're going to say down my contact. But a nice open field catch there by Brad Rittenhouse. Now that's the exactly how you want to catch a ball, out with his hands there.
Yeah, that was solid. I almost thought that he overthrew one of his wide receivers, and then all of a sudden you see Rittenhouse back there, and he makes a nice catch, gets the first down. And I like the way this Vista del Lago offense, they keep it moving. They rarely call a huddle. They're always quick to the line, and they just keeping it moving.
Pfeffer picking up on the read option this time again. Goes off tackle, picks up about 9 yards, and really had, it looked to me, really had Kevin Corral there. No, I'm sorry, that was Miko Arpoka. Confused there as Arpoka brought down Jimison. So brings up 2nd and 2 here from the 42. And again, Vista crosses Oakdale territory. Finds a receiver, again picked off. 2nd interception. Picked off there, that's Tanner Morgan. Tanner Morgan taking it all the way back to the 48-yard line. About a 27-yard return on the interception for Tanner Morgan.
Yeah, Matt Jemison was met right at the sideline by Coach Chris Jones, and he's telling him he needs to shake that off. He's trying to force too many passes in. He needs to make sure that he gets his wide receivers open and not try to force something, as this Oakdale defense has already proved that they can get interceptions, and they already have 2 here, and we're only at 56 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, then the last turnover led to a touchdown, was in fact a pick 6. We'll see whether or not Oakdale can turn this turnover into points here, and that's usually what is a big case, as a handoff inside of Marcus Northcutt. Good for big yardage there. But turnovers leading to touchdowns is what you want to avoid.
And that's going to put us into 40 seconds left here in the first quarter, as the Mustangs have the ball yet again, just getting inside of the Vista del Lago's territory, trying to drive down and pick up their first offensive touchdown of the evening.
2nd and 4 from the 46.
Yeah, that penetration from Vista del Lago's defense is just absolutely amazing. So far, they haven't really been able to do much on the run game as Oakdale. I believe they had that one play, just the play before that one, that was actually pretty solid yards. That might be the last play here for the first quarter, but pretty solid defense on both sides of the ball, as we've only had 3 offensive points scored between both schools, so definitely solid defense.
Let's see if they can get the play off. They do get the play off. Pitch back to Northcutt. Northcutt looking for some room to run. He's going to lose some yardage there, as a tackle will be well beyond the line of scrimmage by Austin Aberle. And that's going to do it there for the first quarter, as a big loss there. Puts them all the way back to the original line of scrimmage there. Now facing 4th and 10 going into the second quarter. So that's going to do it at the end of the first quarter, as Oakdale is leading Vista del Lago 7-3 right here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Also, don't forget, PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
So a chance to catch our breath here, Jason, as this game has kind of gone back and forth here. Both teams playing fast, going no huddle. And if you followed Folsom football, fans here that are watching, obviously you can't help to think of Folsom when you're looking at Vista's, the way Vista's running their offense, their system. And here Oakdale forced to punt here, their second punt. No, this is going to be a fake. Here's Thomas. No, I thought it was going to be a fake there, and Thomas gets it away. And good alert heads-up play there by Jacob Jones, taking the kick and deciding to down it there. But I don't know. I probably would have let it run, just because you don't want to muff a kick there if you're playing coverage.
Yeah, that was definitely dangerous, but it ended up being smart, because he didn't make a mistake on it. He did fall on it and saved them a few yards, as they're going to get the ball at about the 20-yard line here.
So as I was saying before, Vista going no huddle. They get the play call from the sideline and really try to push the tempo, but you got to appreciate Oakdale going no huddle as well. It really make this game go fast as a 7:30 kickoff, and it's already 8 o'clock here on the West Coast.
Yeah, what you really have to appreciate is the fact that the Vista del Lago has the faith in their sophomore quarterback.
Could be a big run here for Pfeffer. Yeah. Takes it all the way out across the 45 to the 46.
That's probably the biggest play from scrimmage there for the Vista del Lago Eagles. As I was just saying, Vista del Lago their coach Chris Jones might have a lot of faith here in their sophomore quarterback, as they probably give him a couple of plays and tell him to make the decision on which play to call, as they rarely go into the huddle once they get the play in.
Spread formation here for the Eagles. Hand off to Pfeffer. Pfeffer just goes right up the gut there. Tackle first by Nick Ryan just as he crosses the line of scrimmage. So picks up about a yard, brings up 2nd and 9. Just underway here in the second quarter. So Jimison has been getting some decent protection here early on from the line. That's time. There it goes.
Yeah, that was a solid play there by number 44 for Oakdale. Excuse me, Nick Ryan. He just happened to blow right by the offensive lineman, Pat Roach. And Pat Roach just happened to get burned nicely by Ryan. And Ryan got back there and interrupted that pass as Jimison was forced to throw it to the outside. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 9 here.
Yeah, Jimison has been getting friendly here, has been seeing quite a bit here of Nick Ryan and Miko Arpoka as well, as those two have continuously tried to been putting pressure here. Pfeffer takes a handoff. This time gets the linebacker. Actually, the safety coming up is Bastian Jimenez coming up from a safety to get Pfeffer just as he was crossing the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's going to bring up a 4th down, and it looks like the punting team here for Vista del Lago. So that was a solid play there by Oakdale as they get the ball right back. And let's see if they can't actually put something together, as Oakdale has been quiet on offense so far.
Yeah, Oakdale only giving up that big play there by Pfeffer, but playing a good, solid defense there that time. Punt's bobbled, able to get it away. And we've got a couple of injured players as Evan Yui, and that may be big because Evan Yui, a big defensive lineman here, or the linebacker for Chris Jones' team, hobbles off the sideline. And dangerous kick there by Yui, just able to get it away.
Yeah, again, it looked like maybe a little bit of moisture was on the ball as he bobbled it a little bit. And fortunately for Vista del Lago, he was able to make some sort of punt on it. It didn't net very many yards, but nonetheless, he was able to get it off. So he turned a possible block punt or a muffed punt on the snap at least to at least a few yards. And then Oakdale got a penalty, so that's going to move him on back to about the 35-yard line. So after all is said and done, we netted about 25, 30 yards on the punt, so not too bad.
Here's Ryan right up the center. Picks up about 4. As Evan Newey over there talking with the training staff. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, here comes Evan Newey. Evan Ewan's back in. So took a big hit, able to walk it off, though, and get back in. And he takes his position back down on the line. Here's Thomas. Thomas looking at, Thomas looking at his receiver, Austin Jones, and that's your proverbial look, trying to run without the ball there, Jason.
Yeah, what happened there is he was just expecting to get hit. He had seen the the defensive back there, and he was ready to get hit. Unfortunately, he was not ready to catch the ball. So another missed opportunity for Oakdale. As, like I said, this Oakdale offense has been quite stagnant here in the first half.
Here's Thomas, quick snap. Thomas rolling to his right. Look, gets out to the flat to Ryan. Ryan able to pick up about 5 yards there on the pass to bring up 4th and 2. And it'll be interesting to see if Coach Merzon will go ahead as he sends out his punt unit here, though. So Oakdale going to be forced to punt. So a good defensive run there for Vista del Lago.
Yeah, the man on the tackle was number 34, Austin Eberly, and he happened to make a nice tackle that saved the first down. That's one of their defensive captains out there for Vista del Lago, so proving his C on his jersey, he made a nice tackle to save the first down.
Nice big boot there by Thomas. Pfeffer's going to let it roll. It goes out to about the 11-yard line here from my vantage point. So 8:54 to go here in the second quarter. Teams will switch as Vista will take over on their own 17.
So if you're Vista del Lago right now, Joey, what do you want to do on this drive?
Yeah, I think that you continue to put pressure and you want to, spread it out. I mean, Jimison's doing well looking downfield. The bubble screen has not really worked off very well, but I think that, you're going to continue to spread it out and just try to get take advantage of these man-up coverage. as this handed off here to Pfeffer, gets big yardage right up the middle, but you want to take advantage of some of the man coverage that's going downfield as long as Jamison can get enough protection.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. One thing that is interesting here with Vista del Lago is their constant. They keep calling that read option. They want to try to catch Oakdale off balance, and so far Oakdale has been playing that play fairly solid. So as we see another one.
This time Pfeffer takes it out to the 35, so pick up about a yard. There will bring up 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
So Jemison, one of the things here that I've seen early, in covering some of the Vista games, is Jemison, his ability just to run. He hasn't had it take off so far this ball game, but obviously Oakdale's going to be having to watch out for that. Here's Jemison looking, sets up the screen, pass. He's going to get the first down, or it's going to be close. Here as he's tackled right at about the 37. That was Colin McCargo there on the reception. So he's right at the 37. Should be a first down here, Jason.
It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a conference here. We might get a measurement. Yeah, we're going to be, they're going to call the Chen gang over, so we're going to have an official timeout. As that is fairly close. This Vista del Lago offense, though, they are definitely moving the ball a lot more efficiently than Oakdale has so far in this first half, as they've had a couple solid drives. The only problem is they've had 2 drives end from interception. And the drive that they didn't get intercepted, they happened to get all the way down and put 3 points on the board. So if I'm Vista del Lago here, I want to maybe abandon that read option play. I mean, it is working a little bit. They're getting a little bit of yards. When you are a rushing team, you are going to have a lot of plays that net 1 to 2 yards, maybe even a couple minuses. But it shows the patience and the real heart to continuously keep running that ball.
Yeah, Vista able to pick up the first down there on the catch and pass and catch there by Colin McCargo. So the drive stays alive here for the Eagles. And I guess it would have stayed alive, well, depending on what Coach Jones would have done there on 4th down. But doesn't have to think about it. Brings up 1st and 10 from their own 27. Jemison handoff to Pfeffer. Pfeffer gets a big hole. Finally brought down in the secondary at the 40 by Dwayne Finney. So a big run there on 1st down by Josh Pfeffer, and it looks to seem like that. It seems to me that running on 1st down has really worked out well here for Vista del Lago.
Yeah, just as I was downing the read option play, they get a nice net yardage on that one. One thing I want to look out for is finally when they do abandon their read option is when Jimison's going to pull that down and start passing. They're going to turn that into a play-action play. I expect to see that come the second half as they're going to try to just get as many rushing yards as they can here for the first half.
Brings up 2nd and 6 here at a 4-yard run from Josh Pfeffer. And, one of the things here, I think coaches are creatures of habit. And they're going to continue to call something until it's not working. And with the only being down 4 here and not allowing a offensive touchdown, I think Coach Jones likes, he's going to do what got him here. And so it's probably going to be a while. Things would have to really go badly if I would expect Coach Jones to abandon the read option here.
Well, yeah, I definitely don't expect him to abandon it, but I definitely expect to start seeing Jemison start pulling those back for a couple play-action plays, as you're going to start to see this defense start to creep up as they keep calling the read option.
Defense is set up in a cover 2. Here's Jemison going too far, and that was close there to get picked up, but looking for McCargo. Well defended downfield, though, by Nick Garza, as the quarterback had safety help over the top there.
Yeah, that was just a little bit too much air on that one. Jemison got a little bit ahead of himself. That's going to bring out the punting unit. I don't know if I like that call on 3rd and 6. You need 6 yards to pick up a first down. You've already went for it on 4th down once, so even a 4-yard pickup would have been nice. I definitely don't know if I like that call on 3rd down.
Yeah, well, the defense playing coverage there, maybe a play action. We could have got the defense to bite a little bit, giving them some room, some time to run there to set up that play. So 6:24 to go here in the 4th. Vista just getting it, gets blocked. Evan Yui's kick gets blocked. He's going to have to make a tackle here and force out of bounds. Evan Yui forces Nick Ryan out of bounds on the block. And I'm sorry, I missed who got the block. I believe it was CJ Pekinich on the block there for Oakdale.
Yeah, regardless of who it was that made the block, there was so many kids that got in there for Oakdale. They had awesome penetration on that. That was just poor special teams play by Vista del Lago, and they gave up a big one here as Oakdale has been stagnant on offense. But when you take over on your own, on the opposite's 29-yard line, you get a little bit of a head of steam.
Hand off inside, as you said, Oakdale working with some momentum. Marcus Northcutt takes it out 5 yards, brings up 2nd and 5, 6:05 left on the clock here in the first half. And it's been the big plays here by Oakdale that have kind of really fired up this fan base. A big special teams play there on the punt unit, or the punt coverage unit. Thomas under center. This is to Northcutt. I'm sorry, Ryan. Ryan takes it out to the 20, so brings up, should be enough for a first down. We'll see. We'll get the official call. I think it might be short. Looks like they're signaling 3rd down. Yeah, so 3rd and 1 from the 21 is where they marked it at. Not sure about that mark, but it looked to me like he got out to the 20 there. Thomas to insider. This time to Ryan. Again, gets the first down. And that's what you see usually with the wing T formation here, Jason, is just a scrum. And defenses are having to look for the ball, so they're tackling him. You see a lot of players going down just to confuse the defense.
Yeah, that was a big first down, though, for Oakdale, as they wanted to not only settle for 3 points here. They would really like to get in and put 7 more points on the board.
Here's Ryan. Ryan dropped down after he crosses the 15. Brought down by Nick Remetta there on the Eagles defense. And Austin Eberly also on the tackle.
So this is a big stand for Vista del Lago. They, as much as Oakdale wants to score here, Vista del Lago does not want to give up a touchdown.
Thomas keeping this one, puts his head down, tries to run over Cooper there. And Cooper just kind of slows him down as a swarm of Eagles get to him.
Yeah, he was tackled by like 4 white jerseys on that one. 4 white jerseys stand up, and little do you know there's a black jersey underneath as they had him completely covered. That's exactly what you want from your defense. You want to swarm the ball carrier, try to take him down for minimal gains. This is a big 3rd and 5 here, getting down to about the 4-minute mark here in the first half.
So there's Thomas in shotgun formation. Hasn't been in shotgun formation an awful lot. He's going to keep this one. Not sure about the play call there as he tried to go off tackle. And it looked to me that Vista was able to read that one all the way. Tackle made there by Brandon Kim.
Yeah, I don't know about that play call either there. It looked like to be a little fake bubble screen into an off-tackle keeper, as it looks like they are going to go for it here on 4th and 3. So yeah, this is big here. Vista del Lago needs a big stop.
Sends a man in motion. Thomas, looks like Thomas, as Coach Merzon calls for the timeout. So you're going to have to talk about it, think about it, whether or not they're going to send out their field goal unit, as they were just trying to draw Vista's defense over the line. So we'll go ahead and take the timeout ourselves here with 3:27 remaining in the first half. It is Oakdale leading Vista del Lago 7-3 in the Division III Sac-Joaquin section final on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson. We have Nathan Schemmel producing and Victor Adams bringing you the video for tonight's Division III Sac-Joaquin section matchup between the Oakdale Mustangs and the Vista del Lago Eagles. We want to thank you for joining us here from Alex G. Spano Stadium on the campus of Lincoln High School in Stockton, California. It is 4th and 3, and Oakdale going for it, looking for the end zone. Got a receiver open, all over, and you can hear the Oakdale fans screaming for a flag there, but well covered. Pass was intended for Max Steve. No, I'm sorry, that's Austin Jones, but well covered by Chris Cooper in the end zone. So a gutsy play call there. When all you need to do is pick up 3 yards, they go for the pass in the end zone there, Jason.
That was definitely gutsy, and I think Chris Cooper got away with that one. I think the referee who gave the penalty on the early pass interference call, I think on the first play or second play of the game, he happened to be the side judge on that one, and he gave him a break. Because I don't think the play that he got called on earlier was a penalty, but I definitely think that was a penalty, as he never really turned around to locate the ball, and he had a lot of contact there in the end zone.
So 3:24 remaining, and Vista will take over on downs from their own 12-yard line. Jimison hands out to Pfeffer, who takes it right up the gut. Stopped after gain of about, no gain. They don't move the ball marker.
I really enjoy the stubbornness of Coach Chris Jones over there. He's just constantly running that read option. If it works, it doesn't work. He really doesn't care. He's going to keep running it, as it is netting them a few yards every time they do call the play, though.
Vista spreads it out here. As Pfeffer, hand off to Pfeffer, gets tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss. So it looks to me about a loss of about 6 there.
You know, Joey, I like the fact that they keep going to the read option. I don't like when they do it back-to-back plays on first and second down, because when this happens, it brings up a third and a lot, and that's putting a lot of pressure on your sophomore quarterback. As you know, this is a passing down, as well as Oakdale. They know this is a passing down.
Yeah, so it's going to be up to Jimison to see, to make sure he's standing at his own goal line. Now just steps in here at 3rd and 16, gets into his own goal line. He's going deep, looking for his tight end downfield. That was Tyler Kame, but Tyler Kame really wasn't anywhere near it, and now that's going to force Austin Huey to punt from his own end zone. And considering the way Oakdale's pressure here on their punt coverage unit has how well they've been playing, this is going to be a dangerous punt here for Vista.
Yeah, I agree. Let's recap the last 2 punts. One was nearly blocked. The last one was blocked. So special teams from Vista del Lago is going to have to step it up. They're going to need to get some blocks, as they have a short field already, as Huey's going to be punting out of his own end zone. So this one definitely could get interesting here with only 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, Huey's standing about 8 yards deep. The other thing he needs to do is make sure he handles this one cleanly. Has not been able to handle the snap cleanly. That one is clean. Gets it away in a decent, I thought it was going to distant punt. Didn't have the right angle. And we'll see where they mark it out here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, only netted about 24 yards, 29 yards.
Yeah, he looked a little bit more worried about handling the snap and getting the kickoff than where that kick was going. As we were talking about that, he did everything we wanted him to do right, except for kick the ball on the field, as he kicked it into the stands, only netting about 23 yards. So
yeah.
That was unfortunate, but it's definitely a positive here for Oakdale, looking to try to get some more points on the board going into halftime.
Here's Thomas. Thomas steps back. Nice coverage there. Found his target, Austin Jones, but a big defensive play there by Andrew Shantz. Andrew Shantz, who has an interception already tonight, doing a big job there, as Austin Jones was completely wide open. Had that pass been on the money, that would have been an easy 6 there for Oakdale.
Yeah, I agree. That was an amazing pass that was called there, as the whole defense had bid on it, except for Andrew Shantz, as he was standing right there. He looks up, and next thing you know, there's a ball coming, and he was able to stick his claw out there and knock that one down. A very solid play by Vista del Lago's defense.
Nick Ryan takes a short run here as we get just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Brings up 3rd and 7 here from the Vista 21 with 1:45 to go in the second quarter. So Oakdale's defense has stepped up here, but really wants to convert something here on this drive, as their offense has been held scoreless. Let's see if Thomas can make something happen here. Fouls his receiver, and it's in for the touchdown, Mustangs. Austin Jones Austin Jones able to bring it in with coverage. The 21-yard touchdown strike from Spencer Thomas puts Oakdale up 13-3, pending the extra point. The kick is down, ball is down, kick is up, sends it right through the uprights. And just as I said, Oakdale is looking for their first offensive touchdown. They go ahead and answer the call as Oakdale is taking a 14-3 lead over Vista del Lago here with 1:20 remaining in the first half of the Division III Sac-Joaquin section final on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Thank you for joining us, folks, here on CIF Sac-Joaquin.tv or on playonsports.com. However it is that you found us, thank you for joining us and watching us as we have got the Division III Sac-Joaquin section final. Oakdale has just scored on a 23-yard pass to Austin Jones from Spencer Thomas to Austin Jones to take a 14-3 lead. And Jason, Vista del Lago had been doing a good job of holding Oakdale scoreless there, but things kind of fell apart there defensively for the Eagles.
Yeah, unfortunately what had happened is they got put into their own, they got pulled deep in their own territory, and they ran two read options that netted loss of yards, brought up a 3rd and 16, and they weren't able to convert on that, which brought up a punt from their own end zone and only netted a few yards. So there's only so much your defense can withstand, and if you give such great field position right there, you got to expect a touchdown.
Here's Jimison. Jimison just takes the snap right up the middle. 1:15 to go here in the first half, and one of the things here that Oakdale has done is really tighten it up defensively here in the second quarter, as that last drive was only a 3 and out there for Vista del Lago. The drive before that, outside of that Josh Pfeffer first yard big run, they held them to about 5 downs there.
Yeah, so far Oakdale has been playing pretty solid on defense since they gave up the one drive that led to a field goal. Yeah, they're not giving up anything at the moment.
You got to give credit to Colin McCargo, not hearing the whistle and wanting to take the run, but brought down there by Bastian Jimenez.
It's going to put us under the 30-second mark for the first half. And so that clock is moving, and Vista del Lago does not look like they have any urge to call a timeout. It definitely doesn't look like they're worried about scoring before halftime.
Is Chris Jones looking for, I believe he's waiting for the clock to run down. He's probably going to call one more timeout as you get familiar with how teams kind of follow things. But getting some cheers, getting some boos here. Chris Jones going to let time wind down the clock, and that's going to do it for the first half. Folks, that's the end of the first half of play with the Oakdale Mustangs leading the Vista del Lago Eagles by a score of 14-3. We'll be back in a few moments with the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Don't go anywhere. It's Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
.316 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen?
Jason
that was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just
holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons wins. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take, and there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac-Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot. Kept alive. Back in one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stags.
Runner at third is Chavez. 8-2 the score. Bottom of the 7th. The 1-2. Popped in the air. This should do it. Cortopassi says it's mine. Now he's fading on it. And he can't make the catch, but Gaff comes in from center field and does. Congratulations to the St. Mary's Rams, a three-peat. They win it 8-2 against Franklin to take the series 2-0.
This is time to run an offensive set that you've done all through the season in practice.
Yeah. And you also, you get it to your hottest player right now, just like they're getting into Eichhorst right here. He's going to try to create some space, find somebody on the backside that's open.
Eichhorst flush out to the right. Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichhorst on his own. Shoots and scores. Bounces a shot home. Coos can't handle the shot. Eichhorst takes off the shirt and the helmet. And how about that? Alex called it. Eichhorst, after sustaining the injury in the third quarter of play, has scored the game winner with 22 seconds gone in the overtime period. Dogpile on the field. Marin Academy take it. A fantastic finish to this game. And, well, I hope his other ankle isn't hurting after this.
Hancock to his immediate left. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hancock on a counter, right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10. The 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf.
Wow. Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
As sophomore Chris Carter sits under center. In a tight wing formation, Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run. Breaks through. 4 tackles. And now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the distance. Touchdown Imperial on the first play of the second half. 2nd and 6 for Imperial from their own 47. They're going to give it to Freeman again off the left side. And Freeman gets by one wave and down across the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. Look at him run down to the 20-yard line. One man to beat. Gets by him. Touchdown, Freeman. How did he do that? Holy cow. 64-yard touchdown run. His 5th of the game. Royce Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the top rushing and the as I look over to our partners at KXO Radio, the top rusher in the San Diego section for the next 2 years.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing. They hit him in the backfield. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. They hit him a couple yards downfield. They hit him again near the goal line.
Keep those Lowell fans quiet over there.
Lum sets it up for Pang. Long, it's out. Low, a magnificent 7 titles in the San Francisco section in dramatic style as they pull out a fantastic victory over a spirited Galileo Lions team. They win the 4th game, 31-29, and they take the 2012 Academic Athletic Association San Francisco section title.
Officials say no 5-second count can be started. Nobody was close enough defensively. Lyle's going to swing left side. Robinson. Here is a backdoor lob for Grant. They've been wanting that all game. And they got it, 50-42. They lulled you to sleep, and then they hit Grant on the back door.
They trail by 2. McMorrow's kick is on the way, and it is good. St. Augustine has their first lead of the game, 21-20, with 25 seconds to play. The senior McMorrow with a huge kick, not the longest of his career, but the biggest of his career. St. Augustine leads it 21-20.
Already lining up. They won't even have to run that one more play. They just acquiesce.
Why bother?
So there you have it. Your 5-time defending Division III champions, the Cathedral Catholic Dons, running up, over, and through Olympian 41-0 here from Qualcomm Stadium.
Patriots down 21-17. Great ball game here. Dillon taking it, looking right, throwing it up top to Gaines. It will be caught by Gaines. Oh my goodness. It looked like the defender had it, but Gaines stole it away from him. Jason Gaines, are you kidding me, my friend? Oh boy. It looked like for sure we had an interception by the Tories, but as they both were going to the ground, Jason Gaines just wrestled it away from him. Shane Dillon to Jason Gaines on an 11-yard play.
Fanchen in the game, now out, replaced by Hayashi, the libero for defense. Wenzel serve. Championship point, ball up in the air. Hayashi's going to bring it back. Richards, deep one, over and 3. Free opportunity. Look for Wallace. No, they go Becker. Hayashi, then tap over and 2 by Hollingsworth. Now look for Wallace for the match.
Kathleen Wallace. No better way for the Bulls to finish it than giving it to their senior leader.
25-12, 25-15, and with 8 straight points to close out their 3rd straight D5 championship on a kill by Kathleen Wallace, 25-21 in Game 3. Branson has won the D5 title.
To the backfield, it's Hernandez and Northcutt. Set to throw is Thomas, has time, goes for the home run. It's intercepted in the end zone. Seemed like they tried to go to Martin, and Martin slipped. Stockton, Hilmar, and Escalon. That's going to do it, folks. Victory formation, take a kneel. The clock comes out. The clock will tick down. The players jumping up at midfield. I think I see a Gatorade. Did we have a Gatorade shower?
We most certainly did. Casey Taylor getting the shower there. Very much deserved.
Down to 12.
Great tackle there by Ronald Williams there to make the stop for Helix.
And the Helix fans are starting to celebrate here. This is going to be the final play. 5 seconds. Pow will hand it off. And they're going to get in the end zone. Touchdown. That's Keegan who gets in, but that's going to be the end of the ball game. 44-6 will be the score. So Oceanside scores on the final play of the ball game.
And gets a consolation prize just to make this is kind of say that, hey, we didn't get shut out.
So 44-6 is your score. And Helix is celebrating on the sideline. Oceanside streak of 7 straight championship games has been ended.
2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Clock rolling, 3rd down and 15 for the Patriots. Dillon He's got time, steps up. He's going to chuck it deep. He's got a man open. Seth Collins with a diving catch. He hauls it in at the 25. Oh, my goodness.
I'll tell you right there. Dillon goes to show why he is a Division I prospect, as he's able to step up, elude the pressure, see Collins down the field, and make the connection. As I'll tell you right now, there has not been a bigger catch for Seth Collins this entire season.
Fans nervously wait on the far side. Trips right. Vernon, the lone receiver to the left. Troy Zine rolls right. Here we go. And he's going to be... Oh, he gets away, but can't get away for the second slew. Vacaville takes over on downs, and the crowd erupts. So does the sideline. Got to watch it. Got to watch the sideline here.
Yeah,
Remember, they were up 35-26. 2 unanswered touchdowns. That's going to do it, folks. Your 2011 Division II Sac-Joaquin Section champions, the Vacaville Bulldogs. They win 39-35 in a classic.
Although they have no timeouts, they'll get the ball on the sideline, try to set something up. They can get a couple dribbles and a shot.
And I tell you what, that was a gutsy call there by Coach Aguiar. Oh, what a shot! I tell you what, Javier Kirksey, from well beyond the three-point mark, takes the inbound pass, throws it up off the glass, and nails a three. And you've got the finish to this Cinderella story as the Ridgeview Wolfpack win the Division III boys title 43-40. And what
Caroline Martin to serve. Ken is third time the charm for Palo Alto. Martin over, dug by Irvin. Lauren, backside, Bedard Ghani, long, and that's the ball game. And Palo Alto comes from behind. They were down 13-8 in game 5. They win it 17-15.
Koenig, who will continue to play baseball at the next level. He is going to Central Arizona. About 45 minutes outside Phoenix and Coolidge.
This pitch is hit in the 5-5 hole. Nice grab and throw over to first base. Ori Wofford. Full extension dive to his right and gets Tillinghast by a step.
3-point game.
Down to 5 seconds. Wilson from straight away fires a three. Go! And that will send it to overtime as Wilson drains the three at the buzzer.
Straight on look, and he got it for that big bucket.
Jones, long outlet. January's got an opening. January with the left hand.
Can't leave him in a lane like that to the basket. He'll put it right through it. And that's what he did that time with the strong dunk.
He brought the house down with that one.
Now 2nd and 13 for the Dons from their own 24-yard line. Bogart's 3-step drop now flushed out. He's rolling to his right. Looking downfield, lofts it to Hines. Hines with an amazing grab. Did he get that in bounds? He's still in bounds, running by himself to the 10-5 touchdown. Wow. Unbelievable catch. An Olympian defense thought he was out of bounds, and they just...
Welcome to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show, coming into you from Alex G. Spanos Stadium in Stockton, California. I'm Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson. Our halftime score is the Oakdale Mustangs 14 and the Vista del Lago Eagles 3. And Jason, kind of, we've seen some back and forth action going here, but Oakdale seems to be on a roll. Oakdale leading, Oakdale getting on the scoreboard first. Kind of take us through the scoring plays there.
Well, Oakdale started off our scoring with an interception return for a touchdown by number 3, number 3, Eddie Machado. He ended up picking one and taking it back for about 25 yards, and that took us to 7-0 Oakdale. Then Vista Lago, they were able to answer right back with a nice drive that led all the way down to a field goal. So that made the game 7-3, and then it was pretty quiet all the way through the second quarter as we had a late touchdown by Oakdale as Spencer Thomas was able to locate Austin Jones in the end zone for a 23-yard touchdown, and that's where we're at right now at the score 14-3 with the Oakdale Mustangs leading the Vista del Lago Eagles.
So it seems that Oakdale, actually both defenses have picked up coming into the ball game tonight. Vista del Lago has averaged 42.6 points per game. They've been outscoring opponents 35-17 during their playoff run, but Oakdale defensively has not allowed more than 34 points all season, and they only did that once to Southern California Power Oceanside. So how is Vista going to be able to score against this Oakdale defense?
Yeah, one thing you were saying that they gave up 34 points to Oceanside. I believe they only scored 14 in that game, so that's actually a loss when they gave up that many points. So one thing here is on an average, this Vista del Lago defense is giving up about 13 to 14 points here in the playoffs, so they're right about where they need to be for defense, but unfortunately we are not at the end of this game. We are only at halftime, so they've given up their average already here at halftime and only scored 3 points. So pretty much I'm going to say the story of this second half needs to be offense. Both offenses need to find what's going to work, and they need to start executing, as it's been a complete defensive game so far.
Yeah, I mean, would you say Oakdale, if they kind of just kept things along, kept things as they were going, do you think Coach Mirzon would be happy with that?
I think any coach who's made it to this far in any playoff is not going to be happy with any mediocre play. And so far, I'm thinking both of these offenses are capable of so much more. So if I'm either one of the coaches, I'm yelling at my offenses, telling them they need to wake up, pull their heads out of their rear ends, and get something moving.
But you always hear there's the old adage that defense wins championships, so maybe this just may come down to a defensive battle. We'll have to see. So that's going to do it for the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Friday Night Football will return in just a few moments with the start of the second half right here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just...
Holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball.
12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop. 5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
You're watching PlayOnSports.com's presentation of Friday Night Football. Live from Stockton, California, I'm Joey Gonzalez with Jason Patterson. The Mustangs lead the Eagles 14-3 as we get ready to start the second half of action. Both teams have come out of the locker rooms. It's been a relatively dry night. Excuse for the give for the moisture that the ball has kind of taken on the field here, Jason. But game kind of started off a little sloppily, but it's been relatively clean here late in the first half.
Yeah, it's definitely been a solid defensive battle here between both schools. Both teams not giving up too much. So far, there's only been a total of 10 offensive points scored, as one of the touchdowns was a defensive touchdown for Oakdale. And when Oakdale did get that touchdown, they had the ball. They started their drive on about the 24-yard line, So that was a easy drive for them. They only needed to go about 24 yards, and I believe the touchdown pass was over 20 yards anyways, about 23 yards. So they didn't even really – they got it all on one play, so they didn't need much. So so far it's been, like I said, a defensive game and a ball where the ball has been so far as well.
Right. Yeah, hey, and I was going to just mention here, folks, that even though we lost picture there for a moment, I wanted you to make sure to hold tight, to sit tight. We would get picture up for you here in just a few moments here as both teams, as I said, had just taking the field. Getting started early here in the getting started early here coming out of the first half. So it will be Vista del Lago receiving the kickoff here to open up the second half. And so let's put you in Coach Jones's shoes. Obviously not a fan of the read option. You feel like Oakdale has been doing a great job stopping that. They do play a lot of the read. They go with the spread option. They spread out the field. So what are you doing? Are you going to just do you want to turn to Jimison and just have him just unleash here as a pocket passer, or what are you looking to do for your offense if you're Coach Jones?
If I'm Coach Jones, as much as me personally, I dislike the read option play. I'm going to keep calling it, but I'm gonna throw in a couple play actions. They haven't really. Most of the read options have been to Pfeffer. They have been handing the ball off. They haven't really let the quarterback pull one down and run it. He had a couple of scrambles. One was a direct snap, just automatic running. There was no read option. So if I'm doing that, maybe I'm calling a couple play actions. They had a little bit of positive yards that were gained on a couple of bubble screens. I need to start mixing something up. If I'm Coach Jones right now, I want to start adding a couple more plays that I definitely didn't call in the first half. I'm going to start pulling out my bag of tricks if I have to, seeing as this is for all the marbles.
One guy that we haven't seen an awful lot in that Vista del Lago or Matt Jimison had featured quite a bit. Obviously, he's gone to Brad Rittenhouse quite some. But I haven't seen a lot of Tyler Kame, who is their big tight end. So look to see Tyler Kame possibly get involved here a little bit more. In fact, I think they need to involve them more if Vista's going to go ahead and pull this off and come away victorious. Oakdale, I think, is just going to continue to do what they do best and run the wing tee and continue to run behind Spencer Thomas. So get underway here as Oakdale will be kicking off. Just a short kick here, and it's going to be called for a fair catch. That is Jacob Jones. I'm sorry, that's Thomas Rude calling for the fair catch. And so they're going to be starting off from their own, as soon as they get the ball mark here from their own 29-yard line. Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson from Stockton, California. We've got Nathan Schemmel producing, and Victor Adams bring you all the pictures here on Play on Sports. In tonight's matchup, it's a Division III Sac-Joaquin section matchup. Both of these teams actually have a shot. Oakdale probably is the front runner here if they win to get into the Division III regional NorCal regional next week. As Jimison takes option this time, he keeps it, faked it to Pfeffer, gains about 3 yards. But as I was saying, Oakdale. If Oakdale comes away victorious, they may have an opportunity to play. Probably will be playing in the next week's Division III or Division II state or NorCal regional matchup. And that's been going to be an added bonus here to the regional football here, as now you're going to have to play in order to get to the prove it on the field, I guess I should say, in order to get to the state bowl games here, Jason.
Yeah, so far Vista del Lago came out and they started exactly the same way as they did in the first half. A lot of the read options, 2 back-to-back read options. Thankfully on this time, they were able to gain 6 yards total between both read options. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 as the Oakdale following is starting to get a little bit loud. They are ready to see their Oakdale defense get a big stop here and get the ball back in their offense's hands.
That was Thomas Angro leading the charge for the Oakdale defense. Here's Jimison back in the pocket, throws it across the center of the field, and incomplete, intended for Colin McCargo, but met right at the point of attack, though. I think, looked to me, Nick Garza on the stop. So brings up a 4th and 4 from the 35, and Jimison's going to stay out there. And I thought Coach Jones was going to roll the dice there, but here comes the punting unit.
That's a big stop by Oakdale as they are up 14-3, and they just take all momentum of starting the second half with the ball from Vista del Lago. And now they're going to get the ball, and if they can go down and get another touchdown, that'll put them up 21-3. And that's just going to be a big mountain for Vista del Lago to overcome. So let's see what their defense can do.
Here's Huey able to get it away. As Northcutt backs away from it and takes a nice Vista bounce, Vista roll, and goes inside the 20. So another big, that's 2 straight 3 announced there for Oakdale. Oakdale defense doing what they do best and holding opponents to low scoring game. Folks, they've only allowed, as I said, defensively, only allowed more than 21 points only once. And then only beat Sonora late in the season, 49-21. And outside of the loss to Oceanside, where they gave up 34, that's their largest, the most points they've given up. And we said it here, Jason, they've just been blowing opponents away. Here's a big run by Ryan. Ryan stumbles all the way out near the 40-yard line. A big first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be something for Vista del Lago to watch for. If Oakdale can figure out what they were doing wrong on offense and they can go down and start putting points on the board, this Vista del Lago team is in for some serious work ahead of them.
Here's Ryan again. Ryan taking it out right up the middle. Now it's speed on speed. Crosses the 30. Down the 20. He's going to get dropped from behind. And Harry Kozlowski saving a touchdown there by Nick Ryan on the Oakdale Mustangs.
It's about a 50-yard run there by number 44 in the background, or in the backfield from Oakdale. Nick Ryan. Sorry, yeah, it took me a second. Yeah, Nick Ryan got a huge hole, turned up the speed once he found those holes, and he got a nice, like I said, at least a 50-yard gain there. That was a solid play by this Oakdale offense.
Took it all the way down to the 11, and Ryan, give it to Ryan again, third straight time. This time, Vista kind of shores up their defense, and give credit here to the Oakdale offensive line. Vista was doing a good job stuffing and plugging the holes there in the first half, Jason, but Oakdale's line has really blasted some holes here for Nick Ryan.
Yeah, maybe they went over a little bit of things there in the locker room at halftime, and it seems to be working so far, except for everybody moved but the center on that one.
False start there
by the Oakdale offense.
Yeah, false start there as Thomas never got the snap there. It looked to, I believe, on the center.
Yeah, because he was the only one that didn't move.
Right.
Everybody else went.
It's important that the center knows the snap count.
I'd definitely say so.
But generally, all you do is just you move your hand there, and center should be snapping it. Here's Thomas. Thomas gets flashed out of the pocket. He's going to keep this and try to run. Gets away from a tackle and able to make something out of nothing. Takes it all the way down, too. Did he cross the 10? No, he brings it all the way up to the 10-yard line. So brings up 3rd and 9. It looked like it was a design keeper, but then things kind of fell apart there. But Thomas able to make something there.
Yeah, that was positive yardage on what looked to be a negative play. So good play by Thomas. Brings up a 3rd and 7 here. So let's see if Vista del Lago can't get a stop here on defense, as they definitely do not want to go down 21-3 to begin this second half.
So Thomas under center, split back formation. Thomas looking to pass. Going to get pressure. Gets dropped at the 20. Big sack there by J.T. Winkler and the Vista del Lago Eagles. So that's one way to make sure that you put pressure on the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was a solid sack, as that's going to bring them back to about the 19-yard line. So if they decided they wanted to kick a field goal here, that'd be about a 37-yard field goal from this point. That is a little bit too far for the high school range.
Right, Coach.
You want to stay within about 30 yards for the high school range.
So Coach Merzon is going to go ahead and send his offense back out there. So this will be a big stop if Vista can stop this. Here's a reverse. Finds Thomas wide open. No, they're going to go to Ryan. I'm sorry, not Ryan, Northcutt. Marcus Northcutt coming back on the wide receiver reverse pass. But is it enough for a first down? No. They had to get inside the 2-yard line, And Vista del Lago able to recover at the last second there, Jason, and able to keep Oakdale out of the end zone.
What a play call.
Oh, yeah.
A double end around reverse pass to the guy standing over there in the flats. Man, if the guy that threw the ball happened to make a couple more throws on this year, I think that could have been easily 7 points. As he was wide open, he just happened to underthrow the ball a little bit.
They had to open up the playbook a little bit last week against American Canyon. Went ahead and ended up winning 42-19 last week. So here's Matt Jimison in shotgun formation from his own end zone. Hands this one off up the middle to Josh Pfeffer, but I think we're going to get a false start here against Vista del Lago. That is what the play call is. Not sure if that was against Jimison, but nonetheless, move them back half the distance to the goal. So now inside, right at the 1 yard line.
Well, as we've seen that they did get a little bit of a playoff, and they did go with the read option, and they got a penalty, and you're on about the 1.5. What do you think they call here? You think they go again with another read option?
Well, Jimison hasn't really been able to get a lot of protection in the pocket. I think that I think this time it's going to go to Jimison. I think Jimison's going to look to do something to do with it here, but we'll have to wait and see. Here is a lineup right alongside Pfeffer. Now they hand off to Pfeffer. Pfeffer gets stopped for the safety. They haven't signaled yet. Yeah, they do signal the safety. And a big play call gamble there. And I think Miko Arpoca met Pfeffer before he was even able to cross the goal line and get the 2 points there for the Mustangs as they now take a 16-3 lead. And Vista's going to be having a kickoff with 7:51 to go here in the third quarter. On your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So the Mustangs picking up that safety and nothing really going well here for the Vista del Lago Eagles. And now, Jason, it looks like, Evan Huey is going to have to do the free kick here and kick this one away and from their own 20.
It looks like maybe possibly Chris Jones might have to listen to me and abandon the option read there.
Here's Austin Jones. Austin Jones crosses midfield. Finally brought down right at about the 50-yard line by Max Rudalik.
That's another drive that's going to start with solid field possession for this Oakdale offense. So let's see if they can't go down as they looked really good on that last drive. Let's see if they can't go down and actually get points this time.
Check that, folks. It was Dwayne Finney on the return. About a 20-yard return. Here's Ryan right up the gut. And it looks like Coach Merzon's going to go ahead and just dial up a big dose of Nick Ryan here. That's 4 running plays this half, 4 times to Nick Ryan.
Yeah, on my roster here from MaxPreps.com, I have Nick Ryan listed as a defensive lineman who's a senior at 6 foot, 210 pounds. And he took a play as a fullback on that last play, so they're using him fullback, running back, defensive lineman. The kid is versatile.
Yeah, well, Nick Ryan's been the leading rusher here in the playoffs for the Mustangs. Here's Northcutt. Northcutt able to make a couple of cuts himself, gets past the first down marker down at the 38.
Yeah, the longer this game continues, it's beginning to look more like an Oakdale Mustang game. Oakdale is just keeping the ball where they need to. The time of possession is nice. They're playing fairly solid. They came out this second half, and they've definitely looked like the better team so far to start the second half, as we are just inside 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Chain getting a little slow to move the yardage markers, and the officials had to come in and stop play and kind of halts this Mustang roll. Is Oakdale really taking control here? Thomas, hand off to Ryan. Ryan spins from behind, brought down by Chris Cooper. And with Vista del Lago's defense is fast. One of the things that they do, but they lack size, not very big in size. One of their big linemen, Chris Bear-Gronsky, has been effective throughout the playoffs, but he's pretty much been neutralized here tonight. Ryan getting a push. Again, crosses, gets down to near the 30.
Yeah, this Oakdale team, they had to have found something there at halftime, because this running game, it looks completely different than the running game in the first half. They're finding holes. They're driving. Ryan is just looking like an absolute workhorse. He's turned into Jerome Bettis, and he is bussing his way all the way towards the end zones. He's looking good in the backfield as Ryan, and so is this Oakdale offense so far here in the second half.
Nick Ryan going into full-on beast mode here as another Nick Ryan run. This time Evan Huey on the stop alongside Bear Grunsky. So brings up a 4th and 3 for the Mustangs. But Coach Merzon likes the way his offense is moving, loves the way his defense has been holding Vista. He's going to decide to go for it rather than punt it away. And why not with the offense moving the way it is and the way your defense is playing? I don't think this is a big risk here.
Yeah, that's definitely something you notice a lot here in the Sac-Joaquin section, is that a lot of these high schools, they do not have a whole lot of faith in their kicking game. So you will see a lot of kids, or a lot of teams go for it on 4th and 3, 4th and 4. Realistically, 4th and whatever, they really don't care as long as they are on the opposing side of the ball, or the field, I mean. They most of the time you see the teams go for it as they don't want to punt or possibly give up a missed field goal. So you definitely see a lot of this, like I said, here in the Sac-Joaquin section. It's something we have been covering throughout the entire year.
So Coach Merzon takes the first time out here for Oakdale. We'll do the same on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson from Alex G. Spano Stadium in Stockton, California on the campus of Lincoln High School. As Oakdale, here's Spencer Thomas going the other way, finds a wide open Northcutt. Northcutt's going all the way. Touchdown, Oakdale.
That was an absolutely beautiful play by Oakdale. Even I thought that they had possibly handed the ball off. Little do I know, Thomas still has the ball in his hand, and he finds Northcutt wide open on the flats. Beautiful play call, beautiful execution, and that leads to 6 points on the board. Definitely all-around beautiful play by Oakdale.
31-yard touchdown pass from Thomas to Northcutt, and it was set up there by the play action by Northcutt. And Coach Merzon really dialing it up here for his Mustangs as he sends out his offense they're going to go ahead and go for the 2-point conversion to try to make this 24-3.
I'd like to point out that play was on a 4th down, too. So they went ahead and got a touchdown on a 4th down play. Very solid play again, and they're going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, it's to make it a 3-score game. Even up the score is Ryan not Ryan. That was Northcutt again, unable to convert the 2 points. So it stays at 22-3 here with 5:07 to go as Oakdale starting to run away with this one here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Playonsports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. Playonsports.com. High school sports lives here. Also, don't forget to stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game, as well as wrap up all the action from this championship ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. So we got 5 minutes, 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. with the Oakdale Mustangs leading the Vista del Lago Eagles 22-3 in your Division III Sac-Joaquin Section Championship final match.
Another fair catch called there by Thomas Rude. Taking a look at the other game down at Sac State. It's the Division I matchup between Granite Bay and Oak Ridge. Right now in the third quarter, Granite Bay leading Oak Ridge 14-9. Tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, we'll continue our championship weekend as we're bringing you the Division IV matchup between Escalon and Central Catholic. That'll be live here tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. And then join us tomorrow evening as we got the Big Daddy Folsom taking on Elk Grove tomorrow night at 7:30 from Sac State. I will be on the call alongside Ben Schneider. As here comes Jimison and the Vista del Lago offense looking to get something done and not going to do it here on first down as he goes down. A big sack there by Garrett Brewer, his first sack of the night.
Yeah, that was a nice sack by the Oakdale defense. It's not what Vista del Lago wants here. They need to get moving. There's still enough football here to get back in this game. They're only down 19 points, so you are only down 3 scores at this point with a whole quarter to play and 5 minutes left in this one. So you need to not be down on yourself. You need to go down and you need to get 7 points right here on this drive.
Jimison takes a low snap.
Oh, man.
And not able to get on the point there with McCargo as pass was inside. McCargo breaking to the outside.
Yeah, that was supposed to be just a timing route, and unfortunately for the Eagles, there was absolutely no timing done on that play as McCargo was, you can tell by his body language that that ball was not supposed to be thrown right away as he was supposed to be making a double move, and the ball was already there before he'd even finished making his cuts.
Brings up 3rd and 19 here for Matt Jimison. Get some protection, gonna have to get rid of this one. No, throws a pick there. Picked up by Brock Whiting. Whiting with a about a 6-yard return takes us down to the Vista 15. I'm sorry, to the Vista 17. And Oakdale will take over on the 3rd interception of the night for Matt Jimison.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like the sophomore jitters is starting to get to Jimison. This young team from Vista del Lago is just, they've met an Oakdale team that has been here 2 years in a row. They've caught here for the 3rd time. I'm almost positive you put any team in front of Oakdale this year, they were going to beat them. It did not help that Vista del Lago is a young team, and they are starting to show it here as it's been just a whole lot of jitters for Vista del Lago as we have a small gain up the middle.
Well, let's give credit to the Oakdale defense though, because I think Matt Jimison, outside of that first quarter, maybe first drive, I mean, it looked at Vista del Lago had really settled in, and once you're into a ball game, especially coming out of the second half, you think and have an understanding here from from your coach that the game is in progress. Now it becomes another game with high expectations, and here comes a big sack error. This time brought down by Evan Huey, and Thomas not appreciating that, or you can give that to Huey as there was a little extracurricular activity as Thomas had gotten up.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit of frustration on that sack as he slammed it to the ground. Fortunately, there was no penalty on there, so the sack will stand. It brings up a 3rd and 16 with 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if Vista del Lago can't get their stop. They need to get their offense moving, but they can't do that with their defense on the field.
Here's Thomas under center, dropping back, finds on the double move, finds Jones. Jones unable to come down with it, and give credit there to Harry Kozlowski, who stayed alongside Jones the entire way there, Jason, and you got to give credit there to Kozlowski he made it very difficult for Jones to come up with that pass.
No, most definitely. Without the defensive back blanketing that wide receiver, that's 7 points for sure. Nonetheless, a good play by the defense. Unfortunately for the offense, they weren't able, as Thomas did find his receiver's hands. His receiver just wasn't able to pull it in as he was met by solid defensive play.
So Spencer Thomas getting the call here from the sideline, and Coach Merzon is Oakdale right now riding a big wave of momentum, leading 22-3. Here with 3:08 to go in the third quarter is Thomas rolling to his left, going to decide to take off and run. And good coverage downfield by the Eagles defense, as there's some boos here from the Oakdale crowd, but Austin Eberly getting the stop on Oakdale, and a turnover on downs for the Vista del Lago Eagles. And you got to give credit there. I mean, the Eagles defense really stepping up on a not allowing a touchdown or not allowing a score there on that turnover.
Yeah, that was definitely big from Vista del Lago's defense. They definitely needed the stop. They got the stop. Let's see if they can't get some offense going. They need to get some offensive points. They've only gotten one solid drive that's led to a field goal. They need a touchdown to get themselves back into this game and get a little bit of momentum and get their blood flowing.
Vista fans really rallying their team. Here's Jemison. Here's a no bubble screen. Almost set up there for interception, but Brad Rittenhouse unable to come up with it. Just through the hands there of Rittenhouse. And Rittenhouse been so sure-handed all season long, not able to come up with that pass there, Jason.
Yeah, that was that almost just got out of hand. If that interception had been made right there, I was going to say he's starting to look like Drew Brees on Thursday night. But thank God that fell down to the turf, and he's only at 3. Let's see if he can't shake that one off, get a couple completions here, and get these chains moving.
And confusion here on the Vista offense as the right tackle and right guard there, Del Parte and Cooper Valencia, early movement there on the Vista line. Gets the false start call against the Eagles. So brings up second and 15 here from the Vista 24 with 2:58 remaining here in the third quarter. Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson, Nathan Schammel producing, and Victor Adams on video here from Alex G. Spanos Stadium. They hand off to Pfeffer. Only picks up a couple of yards there, maybe 3 to 4 yards there. Takes it out to the 27-yard line, and he'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, this Vista del Lago offense needs to find something to get them moving. They've been just absolutely stagnant the entire game. They've had the one solid drive that led to the field goal. Besides that, it's been punt, interception for the most parts.
Here's Jemison looking downfield. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket. Jemison tried to put it down and set up for a tip drill off the hands of Pfeffer into the hands of Nick Garza, his second interception of the evening.
Yeah, and he's starting to get the Brudries-itis over there is Jemison, as he is already, we're having a little bit of a conference here by the referees. So let's see what they say, but pending some radical changes, I'm going to say that he's thrown for 4 interceptions already tonight.
Yeah, I think the discussion here is whether or not Garza had let that ball drop or had picked it up on the bounce. So we'll see. Now Oakdale gets the call, gets the ball, and that is 4 interceptions here on the night for Matt Jemison. And Matt Jemison played so well coming in, has only thrown 9 interceptions all season long, and now comes up throwing near half of that tonight. Playing very unlike Matt Jemison, the Matt Jemison that we've seen throughout the year. And you can hear the Vista fans not liking the call.
Yeah, neither does Coach Jones, as he is being forced off the field. He needs to calm down. I could easily see a 15-yard penalty if he doesn't get off the field here soon, as he is quite heated over there on the sidelines.
So Oakdale will go ahead and get the ball, get possession down at the 35-yard line for Vista. Brings up 1st and 10, 2:15 remaining here in this third quarter. Hand out to Ryan. And pretty much this is what we can expect here the rest of the evening here is just a ball control offense, Jason, and talk about the ball control offense here for Oakdale.
Well, Oakdale has been looking fairly solid on the run game here to begin this second half, as we're getting under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. But Oakdale has just been driving nicely. They're getting solid yards on the ground, and they're going to keep it moving as it's a handoff up the middle to Ryan, as he's going to take it for about 7 yards, and almost looks to be good enough for the first down. Let's see where they spot him. Oh, he's gonna get a kind of a bad spot here. Looks like they're going to be a little bit short. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 1 here with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I mean, talk about to your Oakdale really doing a number here on this Vista front line, really wearing them down as Ryan takes a handoff. Should be enough here for the first down as he crosses the 25-yard line. Inside, getting closer, inching closer here to red zone territory. So they're going to mark this down at the 24. So 1st and 10, Oakdale. Oakdale able to convert that down and get the first down.
This is definitely not the showing that I expected from this Vista del Lago offense. I expected a little bit more than 3 points, but I'm definitely going to give a hats off to the Oakdale defense, as they've been playing pretty solid, getting 4 takeaways already on defense.
Here, Northcutt able to take it all the way down to about near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down there, and Oakdale trying to run away with this one. This is their 3rd straight year into the Sac-Joaquin section Division III final. Last couple of years they had gotten this far. They lost to Del Oro in back-to-back years. This time not facing Del Oro, but going up against a game Vista del Lago team, as Thomas going to take the keeper. Fakes the handoff, but facing a game Vista del Lago team coming into the ball game here, Jason, but really showing their experience in here and their dominance.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like 3 years in a row is helping most of these kids that are on this team. As I'm looking here, it's a lot of seniors on their teams,
So that'll do the third quarter, as Oakdale scored another touchdown here in this quarter to take a 22-3 lead over the Vista del Lago Eagles in the Division III Sac-Joaquin Section Championship on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Also, don't forget to stay tuned for the playonsports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson from Alex G. Spanos Stadium on the campus of Lincoln High School in Stockton, California, and kind of a big turn of events here, Jason. Vista had it within striking range, but really Oakdale beginning to really take control here.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, as Oakdale is now leading 22-3 here to begin the fourth quarter. They are 12 minutes away from finally going ahead and completing their Division III championship run, as they have been close to doing that the last 2 years, and here in their third year, it looks like they might just finally pull one out.
12 minutes of play. There's a flag as Thomas gets flushed, thrown into the end zone, gets a push also away. They're going to call that. It should be an offensive interference, but could be a holding call also going against Oakdale. It'd be interesting, but I mean, you can't disguise that. Austin Jones getting a big shove off of, it looked to me as I'm trying to see who that is back there. I believe Ricky Roots there getting the shove. But it is going to be holding against Oakdale, so ball will come back.
They actually declined the holding, and they're going to accept the pass interference call. That was an offensive pass interference in the end zone. So that's going to 2 fouls on Oakdale on that one. One of them declined, the other one accepted. So that is going to negate a touchdown.
Yeah, and Jones did not not very sly on that one. Really just got a nice shove there on Roots. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't Roots. That's Jacob Jones back there. Jacob Jones on the coverage. So Jones on Jones. So facing 4th and 19 from the Vista del Lago 33, Spencer Thomas standing in shotgun formation. Been under center for most of the night here. Only been in shotgun formation a couple of times as Vista showing blitz. Thomas going all the way to the end zone. This was going to be way overthrown. And should be a nice turnover on downs there, and some decent field position here for Vista as long as they can conquer this Oakdale defense.
Yeah, so far they have not been able to do that except for, like I said, I've only had one solid drive. They went down, they got the 3 points. That was right after they gave up an interception for a touchdown on the very first drive. So the second drive of the game, they go down, they get 3 points. And since then, it has been absolutely silent from the Eagles offense. They've given up 4 interceptions. Like I said earlier, they're a young team, and it's beginning to look like the young team versus the old team, and the old team with the experience is looking like they are going to pull it out here this evening.
You know, the one thing that, it's probably still too early, it's too early to talk about, but we'll get into it at some point here as Jimison dumps this one off across the middle to Kame. But we'll get into it eventually here about the youth here for Vista and how beneficial for them to get to this point and to have their key players just, only really losing no one. I mean, Tyler Kame is a junior. Rittenhouse is a sophomore. Josh Pfeffer is a junior, and obviously the key cog in all of that is Matt Jimison, who's coming back as a sophomore. So Chris Jones really establishing the future here for the Vista program, as there was a flag here on the play, going to go against Oakdale. So Oakdale I should say Vista getting a benefit of a call there. But yeah, I mean, just really setting up for a nice future foundation here for the Eagles program.
Yeah, anytime you can take a young team all the way to the section championships, you definitely have a bright future ahead of you, especially when you're going to get a lot of your star players back for another year. So expect to see a lot of explosiveness out of this Vista del Lago team in years to come.
Well, and Coach Chris Jones knows how to do that. Obviously, having success up at Oak Ridge and winning a few section championships of his own for the Trojans up there in El Dorado Hills. But a big play on the screen pass, almost losing the ball. I think he maintained position. We'll see what happens. Oh, it is a fumble. They gave the ball a fumble. I'm not sure about that call there, Jason, because I believe that Colin McCargo had gone all the way down to the ground with his knee and didn't lose the ball until his knee was down. But obviously, without any opportunity to look at any replays, they gave the fumble call to Oakdale, and it's a 5th turnover here now for the Eagles.
Yeah, unfortunately for Coach Chris Jones, he has no red flag to reach into his pocket and throw that out on the field and send them under the hood, as I think he might have got that one overturned if they did have a replay here at the high school level.
Yeah, they do it in college, and obviously colleges do it differently. All those calls come from the booth, and it is the replays officials are in the booth, and they have the call on who to whether or not to overturn a call. Obviously in college, you don't have an opportunity to throw a red handkerchief either. But, that's what happens when you get technology involved in, games that are covered. You have those kinds of opportunities. Looks like it's going to be a false start here going against Oakdale, and the Mustangs just been on a tear here in the second half as they have forced Vista del Lago into, if my count is correct, 3 turnovers here in this half.
Well, yeah, they have a total of 5 total takeaways in the entire game, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble due to this Oakdale defense. So they are looking fairly solid on defense, as we had discussed throughout this entire game, as this being a defensive battle. And it really was a defensive battle up until about the second half when this Oakdale offense decided to wake up and start driving down the field.
Here's Spencer Thomas to Northcutt. Northcutt taking off tackle. Taking it down to, I think they're going to mark this right at about the 40. We'll round up to the 40.
So here's a 3rd and 8, but a not too important 3rd and 8 if I'm an Oakdale defense, as I'm just worried about taking some time off this clock. You're ahead by more than 3 touchdowns at this moment. No, you're just about 3 touchdowns you're ahead. So
10 minutes remaining here in the ball game, as Northcutt able to elude a couple of defenders, takes it down to the 44. 4th down here for the Mustangs, and Mustangs have yet to punt this half, and Coach Merzon deciding to go ahead and send his punt unit out and why not? I mean, the way that your defense has been holding here, Vista del Lago, you've got a lot of confidence here with just under 9.5 minutes to go here in the ball game, and a big hill to climb for the Eagles. Punt goes out right inside the 30-yard line. And you never want to call a team out of it. I've seen some crazy, especially in high school, covering high school football here for some time, Jason, that you see some crazy comebacks. One of them I have in mind is when Del Oro came back on Folsom. Folsom or I believe Del Oro came back on Granite Bay. I'd have to go back into my own record book, but it came back and scored 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter. So it can be done, but when you have defense playing the way Oakdale's been playing, it makes it really tough.
Yeah, between the solid defensive play by Oakdale and the lackluster play of this Vista del Lago offense, I'm going to say that's going to be a pretty big order to fill for this Vista del Lago team. But nonetheless, it is still possible. You are down less than 3 scores with 9 minutes to go and all 3 of your timeouts. So let's see if they can't make something happen.
Right here, gets tripped up there as McCargo, and you see that the Vista del Lago Eagles playing fast now. They're going to have to play fast here as they stop the clock for a moment just to get the chains in the right position. But 9:05 left here in the 4th quarter. So Vista playing fast now. You're going to spread it out. You got trips to your left. Here's Jimison just going to stand in the pocket. Throws it across the middle. Dangerous pass, but looking for his man Rentenhouse. But threw it into triple coverage. Probably not what you want to do here when you're trying to rally back.
Yeah, that was definitely dangerous. He tried to fit one into a bunch of in between a bunch of black jerseys. Fortunately for him, it was just knocked down and the ball falls to the turf. But nonetheless, what a dangerous pass as you're trying to get yourself and your team back into this game on a win or go home situation. And you throw one across the middle there, already throwing 4 interceptions. That was definitely dangerous.
Low snap. Jamison able to come up with it. He's going to get sacked, though, from the behind. And a big sack there by Miko Arpoka. And Miko has been in Jimison's face all night long.
Yeah, that was solid defensive play there by the Oakdale defense. And they got solid penetration, got in the backfield, brought down Jimison for the sack. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 with 8.5 minutes to go in this Division III championship game. So if Vista del Lago does not want to go home second place winners in this division, they need to pick it up right here.
Just a nice snap here for Jimison. Jimison going to get hit from behind and able to get that off just in time without getting it picked up. Intended for Tyler Kame. And now you're in 4th down. You got to imagine here, Jason, you're in 4th down territory. I can't see Coach Jones punting this one away.
Yeah, that was definitely scary as Jimison got hit from the blind side. He was looking for Michael Orr in that movie that came out not too long ago. He needed a nice blindside blocker for that one. Unfortunately, didn't get it as he got sacked hard, and he looked like he got it. It took a little bit of time to get up. He did get up, though, and made his way to the sideline as it's going to bring up a punt. And
Yeah,
I'm looking to see Oakdale take at least 4 minutes off this clock here on their next drive.
Evan Huey back to punt. Nice snap. Big kick here, going to send Northcutt back. And takes a Vista roll, rolls out of bounds inside the 20-yard line down at the 19. So 8:02 remaining, and Oakdale looking to move as they set up the chains here. And pretty much just we're going to see is just a slew of running here by Oakdale. Maybe go to just a big dose of Nick Ryan here.
Yeah, I would definitely expect to see a lot of the big 4-4 coming out of the backfield for this Oakdale offense, as he's proven to be the workhorse in the backfield so far. And this is the time of the game where you want that workhorse in your backfield. You're up a couple of scores. You want to just keep those chains moving, picking up solid yardage as he does there. He picks up about 6 yards on that one. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 here for this Oakdale offense, and they are looking to get about they probably want about 2 or 3 first downs here, and they'd be real happy with this drive. If they could pick up 2 or 3 first downs, that'll waste enough time off this clock to put Vista del Lago down probably under about 3 minutes.
7:40 to go here, or 7:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thomas sends his man in motion, and I think that the Oakdale line was just never set.
Well, while we have a second, do we have an update from the Granite Bay Oak Ridge game? What's the score over there for that one?
Granite Bay taking a 21-9 lead here early in the fourth.
So that seems to be a pretty interesting game there over there at Sac State. We'd like to invite you to pull up both games on your computer screens at once. If you have the Windows 7 option, you can have it split screen right there on your screen at home and watch both exciting championship games at one time. Thank you to playonsports.com.
2nd and 8 with 7:15 to go here in the ball game, as Oakdale has really taken control here in the second half. Thomas under center sends his man in motion. Again, this one to Ryan. Ryan gets upended, really gets nowhere. And Vista has been playing defensively, well here. Jason, they've only really, allowed about 14, points here offensively. There's that other, that pick six comes into mind.
Well, to be completely realistic with you, this Vista del Lago defense has played solid football this entire game.
I hope you're being realistic with me and not just telling me telling our audience.
they've been backed up a lot of times where Oakdale has gotten pretty solid field position, so they've been pushed up against the
losing
wall.
the ball there. That's a fumble.
Oh man, that would have been big for Vista del Lago.
Oakdale able to jump on it and able to recover it was Landon Eichert. Able to come up with it, and big heads-up play there by Eichert, because had Oakdale gave away that ball, it could have been big momentum there for Vista. I mean, 6 minutes to go still, but Vista still obviously in this one.
Yeah, back to the Vista del Lago defense. Like I said, they've been pushed up against a lot of hard times here where the Oakdale offense has got the ball with solid field position. They've played real good when Oakdale has a whole field ahead of them. They haven't really given up too much.
Able to return this one is Pfeffer. Pfeffer gets a nice block. Able to elude a couple. He can take those one. Now he's got one man to beat. It's not going to be Thomas at the end. Thomas saves a touchdown, but not before Pfeffer gets all the way to the 1 yard line. About almost a 58-yard return there for Josh Pfeffer. And finally, Vista seems to have some life. Let's see whether or not they can punch this one in, though. But 5:25 to go. And got that big tackle, got the Oakdale crowd fired up there, Jason. But big return there for Josh Pfeffer.
Well, one thing that tackle, not only does it save a touchdown, but it makes this Vista del Lago offense run some plays, which will entail take some more time off this clock. So Oakdale knows they have a little bit of breathing room. They can give up this touchdown. They're worried about the clock now. They want that clock to constantly be moving.
Here's Pfeffer. Takes the 1 yard touchdown run, and why not? He set up the score on his big 56-yard return punt return as Vista cuts the lead here, pending the extra point. Oakdale still leading 22-9, but some life here late for the Eagles. And we'll see if Coach Jones sends his punt unit out. He may decide to keep his offense out there and run a 2-point conversion. Not a punt unit, but I'm sorry, the field goal unit, but may decide to try to go for the 2-pointer here. And that's what they're going to do. He got Jimison out there, and he spreads them out.
Yeah, you need as much points as you possibly can at this point, just trying to make up the deficit. So 2 points, I think, is a solid play here. I don't know about that selection on the pass, but nonetheless, they still got the touchdown. They're now down 9 points to 22 points here. So a little bit closer. Let's see if they don't elect to go for the onside kick.
Oakdale defense holds strong there on the back end as Vista cuts the lead. It's Oakdale leading 22-9 over Vista del Lago with 5:19 to go here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson. Got Nathan Schemmel producing and Victor Adams bringing you all the video here from Alex G. Spano Stadium on the campus of Lincoln High School. It took me a minute to recall that, but I apologize. On the campus of Lincoln High School right now, Oakdale leading 22-9 over Vista del Lago. A deep kick, returnable from the 1. This is Northcutt trying to look for some room, and a big stop here for the Vista coverage team.
I'm a little perplexed that they didn't try the onside kick there.
Nick Rametta going for the stop. Well,
you're down 13 points, so you're down 2 scores at this point. You got 5 minutes, 13 seconds to go. You have all 3 timeouts, and you so far have not been able to get a 3-and-out, I believe, here in the second half from this Oakdale offense. They have gotten a few punts, but they've given up a couple first downs before those punts. So if Oakdale can get one to two
it's been a
first
while
downs,
since they've given up a first down, though. They've been able to hold this offense pretty strong. And if you're going to feature a lot of Nick Ryan, you're just that defensive line is going to have to come up big, and that's what you're daring here. But, part of the the thinking here is what I believe is that you're having faith here in your defense, and Coach Jones is really trying to, keep them, perhaps use a timeout here, as you don't want, as you're saying, you don't want Oakdale just to spin clock here. 4:40 remaining in the ball game. Oakdale on the move. Thomas decides to keep this one, gets stopped by a swarm of Eagles. And I guess that's what you would call, if you saw a ton of Eagles flying around, you'd call them a swarm, right? So we'll go with the swarm of Eagles here as Spencer Thomas gets stopped. 4:14 and on the running clock. Hey, I said it here, Jason. I mean, Oakdale really can take their time as far as getting the play call in here and force Vista to either have to spend a timeout or, just be at essentially Oakdale's beck and call.
Well, that goes back to exactly what I was saying when they kicked the ball long instead of electing to go for the onside kick. And that's gonna kill them right there. That's big.
That is a big run, a big conversion.
Well, now Vista del Lago is going to be forced to waste some of their timeouts.
Yeah, just to try to stay in this one, just to slow Oakdale down. Clock will continue to run here as the chains have been moved. Down at the 35-yard line, here's Ryan. I'm sorry, check that, it's Northcutt. Northcutt takes it out 5 yards to about the 40. 3:12 left on the clock, and make it a timeout here. Vista finally takes a timeout there, and there's one of their timeouts there, Jason. So with 3:12 remaining, Oakdale leading 22-9 over Vista del Lago in your Division III Sac-Joaquin Section Championship on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Also, don't forget to stay tuned for the playonsports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. It's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
So I want to thank our producer, Nathan Schimmel, for getting us the proper call there on what a swarm of eagles is, a convocation of eagles. So another opportunity here. We'll make sure we get that call correct. But 22-9 here with 3:12 remaining on the game as Nick Ryan takes this one, looking for some room to run out to the 43-yard line. And Coach Jones looking, he's coming all the way out to the hash mark. Looks he's going to go ahead and take they're trying to get the right amount of time there on the clock there.
I'm pretty sure they called their second timeout.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the update here on the scoreboard, and I'm waiting for the call. As that makes it official, is they want to make sure that the fans do not storm the field here.
Well, they're only simply requesting. They're not demanding. I don't know, if my team went 2 years before and lost 2 years in a row and won the third, I don't know if your request is going to stop me from storming the field, as we're going to get out there and hoist some of these kids up onto my shoulders.
5 years since their last championship in 2007. As a quick snap, taken down across the 45. Spencer Thomas keeps that one. All the way out to the 49. They won their second championship 5 years ago, back in 2007, when they beat Whitney for the Division IV championship, and then in 1996 won the Division II championship. So Oakdale looking to secure their third championship in school history.
And they're about one more first down away from doing that. As we are at the 2-minute, 38-second mark here in the fourth quarter.
This is the 11th finals appearance here for Oakdale, and 3 out of 11. I mean, to not only just to get to this point 11 times, but to also come away with 3 championships is a great feat here for Coach Merzon, who has been coaching at the school, the head coach here, the head varsity coach for 13 years. I believe he's in his 13th season.
Well, Vista del Lago just took their very last timeout, so they have no more chances to stop this clock, as we are down to, like I said, 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. So Oakdale has about, I'd say, one more first down to pick up here, and that will pretty much seal it here from Lincoln High School in the beautiful Stockton, California.
I say we're lucky that or the fans are lucky, I guess we should say, that to stay relatively dry here tonight. Here's Northcutt, takes it across the 45. But we came in. I was making the drive down south, down 5, and I hit rain pretty much the entire way Jason, and for it to be dry like this, we caught a blessing here. Let's hope that tomorrow evening stays dry and we get some good ball games as well.
Yeah, that definitely tomorrow should be good, as we will be having your Division IV game here live from Lincoln High School in Stockton, California, between Escalon High School and Central Catholic out of Modesto. So that'll be your Division IV championship game for the Sac-Joaquin section live from Lincoln High School. And also tomorrow night, also on PlayOnSports.com, we will have the Elk Grove versus Folsom game live from Sac State University in Sacramento, California. So we'd like to invite you guys to tune into both of those games tomorrow, as we have a lot of championship football action coming to you guys live here from the Sac-Joaquin section on PlayOnSports.com.
A minute 50 remaining here in the ball game as Oakdale leading Vista del Lago 22-9 on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here. So we are about a minute and 50 seconds away from this Oakdale team finally getting their championship, as they are leading the Vista del Lago Eagles 22-9 here in the fourth quarter. If you're just now tuning in, you've missed a fairly exciting game, as Oakdale has been pretty dominant in this one.
Spencer Thomas takes the snap right up off center near the first down marker. They're going to mark him short to bring up fourth down, and just trying to allow the clock to run down. Coach Merzon going to let the play get as close to when they need to snap it as possible, just to get this possibly as close to a minute remaining, as clock's ticking down inside a minute 15. And Coach Merzon's congratulations here abound here in the huddle, as Marcus Northcutt congratulating the rest of his teammates. As Coach Merzon takes his timeout, the final timeout here of the game, and Oakdale leading 22-9 in a minute 2 remaining. So, we said it at the beginning of the game. The question was whether or not the third time will be the charm, and obviously, it looks to me that that it does work out here for Coach Merzon. Whether or not that's because there's no Deloro here, or because but let's give credit to where credit's due. They came out and played a game, a Vista del Lago team, and really played ball control here throughout this game.
Yeah, ball control has definitely been one thing that Oakdale has been doing solid throughout the entire game. Whenever they've gotten the ball, they got the ball with fairly good field position. They were able to go down and get a couple offensive touchdowns to take advantage of that solid field position. They started the game with an excellent pick six. Like I said, Oakdale has just been the dominating force in this game.
Took advantage of some, took advantage of Vista del Lago turnovers, and when it comes to championship football, that's usually what's the key is to control the ball, make sure do the least amount of have the least amount of mistakes, and don't turn the ball over. As now inside a minute, and Nick Ryan able to get the first down and thus secure a championship. And that's something you don't necessarily want to see, is two teams go at it here with time winding down. But you got securing a championship for Coach Merzon, his first since 2007.
Yeah.
So that'll be 2 championships here for Coach Merzon.
I can't see what number that is down there for Oakdale, but it looks like it's either 53 or 55. But nonetheless, he's butting heads with number 77 for Vista del Lago, Kim, who is a senior. So obviously he's getting a little bit upset Brandon Kim, who is a senior for Vista del Lago. So you're starting to see a little bit of frustration mount from these seniors on Vista del Lago, as this could be their last game in organized football.
30. And inside 30 seconds here. And folks, as Oakdale celebrates, that's going to do it here. Time winding down, but we will call it a game Vista del Lago defense, a game Vista del Lago team, but not enough to overcome this Oakdale Mustangs machine, as Oakdale wins it 22-9. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay tuned to playonsports.com for our post-game coverage. We'll wrap up all the action in our post-game show, and we'll try to have our interview with the player of our game, with our player of the game. That's coming up in just a few moments. Once again, the Oakdale Mustangs have defeated the Vista del Lago Eagles 22-9 on Friday Night Football on playonsports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just...
Holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St. Augustine. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Looking left, firing, incomplete, intended for Noland.
Welcome back to Stockton, California on the PlayOnSports.com post-game show. I'm Joey Gonzalez alongside Jason Patterson, and we just saw the Oakdale Mustangs defeat the Vista del Lago Eagles by a score of 22-9 and become Division III Sac-Joaquin section champions. And first off, I want to go, Jason, your initial thoughts here.
My initial thoughts is this was definitely a defensive game. Oakdale's defense came out, played excessively well. So did Vista del Lago's defense. The only thing that was a little bit different was Oakdale stepped it up come second half on their offensive side of the ball, and they were able to go ahead and take this win home. As like we said, they had already been here 2 years before this. This would be their 3rd year, and they finally get to take a championship home to Oakdale, California.
Unable to get a player of our interview with our player of the game, but we went ahead and named one. It was a running back, number 44, senior running back, Nick Ryan. And just talk about the game that Nick Ryan had.
Well, Nick Ryan, not too many actual scores for Ryan. I don't think he scored at all, but just the power horse that he was in the backfield, he kept getting first downs. He had that one long run that led all the way down. That's what pretty much got them jump-started in the second half. So he was pretty much the workhorse and I'd say the heart for this offense for the Oakdale team.
Obviously, was ball control second half. Oakdale took advantage of the turnovers. Why don't you take us through the scoring there? The scoring summary in the second half.
Well, if you had been paying attention to the game, the Oakdale Mustangs, they started off the game with a 25-yard interception return for a touchdown. That was by number 3 Machado, so he ended up pulling that one out, getting the 7-0 Stangs. Vista del Lago came right back on their very next drive and drove all the way down and got a 34-yard field goal by Anders Mintz. And it looked to be at that point that it was possibly going to be a shootout. But then it was pretty slow at that point. We only had one more score, and that was a touchdown pass from Thomas to Austin Jones for a 23-yard touchdown, which puts Oakdale up 14-3 at a halftime. Even at halftime, it looked like this could be a fairly solid, close game. And out comes Oakdale's offense in the second half, and they went down. They actually started the third quarter and got a safety on Vista del Lago, so that put them up 16-3. And then they got a 31-yard catch from Thomas to Northcutt. So that put them up 22-3. And then the Vista del Lago ended up getting a touchdown towards the end there. And made it a 1-yard touchdown run, in which is our final score 22-9. So a little bit of scoring, but Oakdale, like I was saying, being the dominant, and they are really excited to finally get a championship home to Oakdale.
Yeah, to bring a championship back home. This is their third championship in Oakdale's history. Let's talk about Vista del Lago for a moment. This is their 6th school year. They're only their 4th year of varsity football, and to make it to the section championship, just tremendous job here by Chris Jones, and a tremendous future. They got a lot of young stars there on their team. What can we expect here from Vista del Lago going forward?
A lot of positives definitely coming from Vista del Lago. If you can take a young school and get your program moving and take you all the way to the section championships in the I believe you said the 4th year that they've been doing things. So only 4 years in existence, and on the 4th year to make it all the way to 2nd place in your division, that's a pretty solid resume, especially when you have a lot of starters coming back. A lot of these star players for Vista del Lago returning, as a lot of them, Pfeffer, Jimison, and even a couple of their receivers, Rittenhouse and McCargo, all will be, McCargo is a senior, but Rittenhouse and a couple other guys, they're all coming back. So definitely a team to look out for next year is this Vista del Lago Eagles.
Yeah, obviously I want to mention Tyler Kame, who came up big throughout the year as the junior tight end. Want to let you know that currently, and I just lost it here, but currently looking down in Sacramento, the last score that I saw there between Granite Bay and Oak Ridge for the Division I championship was 35-23, I believe. We'll go with that. But we'll see that. Yeah.
Who was leading in that one?
Well, Granite Bay was leading on that one, so we'll go with that one. But, want to give a wish congratulations here to Coach Trent Merzon and the Oakdale Mustangs. Oakdale winning their 3rd championship in school history, their first one since 2007. 3rd time here in a row to the championship game, able to make it and get over the top. So congratulations to Coach Trent Merzon, the Oakdale Mustangs, and the city of Oakdale, for they are your Division III Sac-Joaquin section champions here in the Sac-Joaquin section, and may even have an opportunity to go ahead and play next week a Bay Area team for the divisional NorCal regional final to get an opportunity to play for a state bowl championship. Now taking a look at the score there, it is I should say it is confirmed. Granite Bay leading Oak Ridge 35-23. I believe that should be about midway in the 4th quarter, but Oak Ridge looking threatening right now. They're at 2nd and 5 here from inside the red zone. So Oak Ridge on the move. That's going to wrap it up from Alex G. Spano Stadium, where the Oakdale Mustangs defeated the Vista del Lago Eagles 22-9. We'd like to thank you for joining PlayOnSports.com's coverage of Friday Night Football from Stockton, California. Be sure to check PlayOnSports.com for information and links to all of our upcoming broadcasts. For our producer, Nathan Schemmel, our videographer, Victor Adams, and my partner, Jason Patterson, I'm saying so long, and we hope you'll join us next Friday night on your destination for high school sports and Friday Night Football, because we will have the regionals next Friday night right here on PlayOnSports.com. Good night, everyone.